Hey everybody, Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition therapist and attuned eating expert. And today, this is I think a challenging topic underneath all of the efforts to be more body positive, to listen to our bodies, to break the food rules, to be more honoring of ourselves. Underneath some of that are a lot of fears. And so I just want to bring that all up today and lay our cards totally on the table, so that you can feel less guilty, maybe. I don't know if you have guilt about this. I know I had shame about it. This idea that I know I use fitness to feel like I was better than others. I know that I used being thinner to feel like I kind of better than other people because I can deny my needs. That was early on, I think, in the process, as that didn't work anymore because my body would just get too hungry. And, binge eating kind of started happening as a result of the restrictive years, is that, and I could no longer do that. So it turned into like a fitness obsession to be like, well, it's okay that I eat food. I'm not going to try to be skinny. I'm just going to like basically out exercise everybody, and that will make me feel better. And that wasn't always conscious. I mean, I was also highly aware of feeling like I just didn't have any willpower or any power or any sense of like goodness if I didn't do these things. So a lot of times, and sorry, I have a little towel over here because the sun's so bright in my face right now. So I think it's really, really important. And I've had some really, honestly, provocative conversations with clients lately around this topic of, underneath this need, some of these fears of like eat more food, or even like it's really interesting. Sometimes we'll have these, feel double-minded. Like part of me is so happy that I can be so free, and I also feel extremely sad. Like I'm giving up on myself. That I know I could try harder and I could probably lose weight, or I know that I could probably work out harder, but I just don't really want to. And that brings up usually a lot of grief for people, and even some shame of, I'm afraid that I'm losing my power. I'm afraid that I'm losing my identity. I'm afraid that I'm losing my specialness, and I hear that a lot. And so if you resonate with that, please, please, please don't feel called out or shame about it. I think it's just really important to understand why that's part of the fear of making changes with your food. Whether you can even be, there's a lot of fear of like, oh my goodness, if I'm not binging as much, then I don't have any way to rebel, or I don't have any way to comfort myself. And that can feel really abandoning. And so I think it's important, if you're a clinician watching this, to understand that could be possible for people, that's going on the surface, that is making it difficult for people to be consistent. And if you're watching this like, I am going through all of that, oh my goodness, have hope. Now that maybe you can recognize some of that phrasing. So for example, I'm just going to go right to the stuff. I don't want to tiptoe around this too much, is this idea of inferior and superior. And if you've got that dynamic going on, that like, I can walk in a room and be the best person here because of my fitness level or my thinness or whatever, and you can feel you've got that air of pride going on, even if you feel like you don't, but you feel relief that you're one of the thinner people in the room, there's probably some of that going on. And if you find yourself comparing and whatever, I want you to think about, oh my goodness, I'm doing that. And one, that really disconnects us from people and from ourselves and from our own needs, what we want, how we want to show up. And that's the ultimate price that we pay, is that like, I don't really get to show up authentically. I have to play this role, or I have to act out this part of myself that is feeling really insecure. And some people handle the insecurity by adapting the superior complex. And some people it shows up in like, oh, I gotta be the thinnest person. Some people it shows up like, oh my gosh, my inferiority is too much. I just don't want to show up at all. I want to shrink down. Other people know better than me. And they don't see their own goodness. And if you're struggling, again, if you're struggling with all these things, just being able to recognize that that's a dynamic is huge, because some people it takes them for, when I say forever, years and years and years. It's like, you know what? I used to go to parties like this. You know what? I used to not skip the gym because I was afraid that people would think that I'd lost my edge and I wasn't as disciplined. And that's what people knew me for. Or, yeah, if I stop binging, I'll have no way to safely express like my frustrations of not getting my needs met or whatever. And so I want you to take all those little parts and those pieces and those kind of ways we describe ourselves that aren't really us, by the way. None of this is you. You're not, I don't want you to identify with these behaviors that you might be struggling with, or even these thoughts that you have that you don't want to be doing. They're not you, but they are pieces and parts that need your attention, your acknowledgement. And sometimes we just say, no, we're not doing that. I'm not going to try to feel, I'm not going to even entertain that I'm somehow better than somebody else based on my size or how long I can go to the gym or whatever. I'm not going to even do that. But what I can do is bring myself just acknowledgement, like, yeah, I know, I'm feeling really uncomfortable in this situation, huh? Or, gosh, I really miss how I used to spend time doing XYZ that made me distracted from the worries about what's going to happen in the future. Or, gosh, it's kind of hard getting used to the fact that I don't have all the drama of rebelling with my food. And what do I do with this time? And who am I? Like, what do I do with my free time if I'm just using my own example. What do I do with my free time between the transitions between, let's say, work and home, when I don't know what to do with myself and I used to go to the store and buy food to eat? What do I do? Like, who am I? What do I like to do? Do I call somebody? Do I take a walk? Like, what? It's okay to sit with these difficult questions. It's really okay to sit with, like, yeah, I used to do that. And don't judge yourself. Don't shame yourself. If you do forgiveness work, do that. That's the best thing you can do. And then learn to catch it and say, what is going on that makes me believe that if I'm the thinnest person in the room, or if at least I'm pursuing thinness, maybe you're like, I know I'm not going to ever be the thinnest person in the room, but at least if I'm trying, then that makes me more okay. If you catch that, like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. What in me is believing? Am I projecting other people that they're judging me? Have I been judged in this situation? I'm afraid of that again. If you can catch all that, you can give yourself closer to the real solution, which is peace, which is grounding, which is getting some support, which is building up your boundaries and healthy boundaries. All of those are things that you're nourishing yourself with. Those are all ways that you're actually feeding yourself the things you really need, not the faux replacement of restricting or binging or over-exercising or whatever it is we're doing. So I hope this helps. It feels like I don't know, when you're watching or when you're listening to this, today's a holiday about people pretending to be something they're not. And I thought this would be a good non-obvious way to talk about kind of what's happening around, in the season. And just to let you know that there's not a person who has a struggle with food stuff that didn't feel like trying to quote unquote do better with food made them somehow better. It doesn't. It doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make you more lovable. It doesn't make you truly, it's almost like, okay, you do these things and maybe you get some positive reinforcement. Great. But then what? That's not going to last long. It's not going to be a constant thing. And if you become known as I'm known as the healthy girl, is that it? Is that actually who you are? Because if that's all people know you as, they're missing it all. And they're so missing out. And I feel like that you are too. And it doesn't have to be that way. So thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with people that you know are struggling with something similar to this. Like, I'm the skinny girl. I'm the fit girl. I'm the happy one. I'm always happy. And underneath that is when you go home and you're not feeling so happy, and maybe food is your comfort. I'm not saying that's everybody. I mean, I did that. So if there's anything else that I missed with this video, because I know that I don't have everybody's experience, everybody else's like storyline right at the top of my head at the point in this video. So if I'm missing some things that you would like me to expand more on with this topic, please let me know. I'm very passionate about this because us humans, we all do it. We waste so much time. We just didn't know better, but now we're waking up and we're learning that like our life's goal isn't to be obsessive about pursuing health or thinness or fitness. Those things in themselves, like, having a variety of food intake and moving your body in enjoyable, sometimes challenging ways, sometimes just low-key ways, and that's what fits you and your lifestyle, there's not a thing wrong with that. The issue is that when we're elevating that as somehow this makes me better. Somehow this makes me a better person. It doesn't. I'd rather you put your will and your effort and your willpower into fully getting, to know yourself and honoring your body and just showing up more fully in life to do the things that are yours to be doing. That's where we're putting our discipline. That's where I put my discipline every day. Like, okay, how can I show up as grounded as possible for people and to be of service? And that includes my family, and includes my clients, the secretary at the school, the cashier at the grocery store. And I'm totally not perfect with that, by the way. But that's how I'm using my time these days. We're coming up on the 20th year, for me, and the anniversary of choosing life, recovery. And, so I'm kind of like geared up for that. That feels like my favorite holiday, one of my favorite holidays, to be honest. Not like the October holiday, the November holiday, but that one, like really learning to be free and engaged in life. So anyway, I'm looking forward to celebrating all of that, which I'll be announcing more goodies and all kinds of fun stuff for November as we go along. So I hope you find this video, hope you find it helpful. Please share it. Let me know your thoughts if I missed some marks that you're like, okay, you didn't talk about this and you should have. I'm like, please let me know. I want to hear. All right, thank you so much and take care.